Good afternoon. My name is Dave Gilotti, Gillotte. I'm a fire captain with the LA County Fire Department, and I'm the president of LA County Firefighters, Local 1014. I stand here today to represent more than 3,400 firefighters, paramedics, pilots, dispatchers, health hazmat specialists, and forestry personnel of the Los Angeles County Fire Department, best fire department in the world. And as you'll see in this footage, much of it never before shown to the public, we were up against overwhelming odds with these wind-driven fires. The Eaton and Palisades fires were just 2 of 7 major fires that were burning simultaneously across LA County. And yet our people did not hesitate. Some came in off duty. Some were long retired and came back to work. Some had just finished a shift, but turned around to go back to the station to get on any piece of equipment we had to get back out and battle the flames. At one point, we recalled 100% of our membership back to work. And still, thousands more of our firefighters stayed behind in all of your cities and unincorporated county areas to protect our 60 contract cities, our 4 million residents in the unincorporated communities, because emergencies did not stop just because LA was burning. So we ran all of those calls taking care of the people we serve at the same time. This wasn't just a response, it was the largest firefight in LA County's history. Think about that. For me and all of my firefighters, 15 days straight, no breaks, sleeping in cars, concrete floors, on the dirt, eating whatever donations came our way, especially during those first 36 hours, intense. But we did it because it's more than a job. Frankly, it's in our blood and it's a calling. We have a family, a fire family, and it's a community. That family includes 40 firefighters who sheltered in place at our very own Camp 8 in Malibu as the Palisades fire swept directly over them, only to rise, regroup, and continue to go out and fight to protect the nearby neighborhoods. One of our firefighters even lost his own car in the fire on that night. It includes the dispatchers who stayed calm through the chaos of the evening and the hours to follow. The pilots who flew towards the smoke, crazy conditions, even in the night. It includes every person who gave everything, and then all of our members standing here today who came back and gave more. Let me be clear though, our battle didn't end when the flames died out. The air we breathed, the water we worked through, the ash we wore on our skin for days, these weren't just uncomfortable things that we were dealing with, they were hazardous issues that we were dealing with. So the fires are extinguished, but the health consequences will linger long after the fire, much like the impact of 9/11. And as a union, our job doesn't end on the fire line. It continues in the doctor's offices and in the hospital rooms and the hallways where policies are made at the state, the federal, and the local levels. Immediately following the fires, we began engaging heavily in testing and documenting our members and other members throughout the state, and documenting the exposure to an unprecedented level of toxins and heavy metals from the fires. This will be ongoing for many years. I can tell you, going off script, I can say to you confidently that it's not a matter of if we're going to have firefighters die from this fire, it's a matter of when. And I say that solemnly because it's the actual truth. We can't afford to forget what we've experienced, and this documentary is a tribute and a testimony to what we went through. But it's also a call to action. We ask that the same courage and commitment our members showed in these fires be reflected in how we care for them through fair wages, strong protections for our health and safety issues, and long-term support for our firefighters, our sheriff's officers, and our lifeguards. We deserve a fair and transparent bargaining process. We deserve a seat at the table as a partner in this great county, serving all the communities of LA County. Thank you.
I am Richard Pippin, president of the Association for Los Angeles Deputy Sheriffs. The world has just served us with a very powerful reminder of the way disaster can strike, the devastating impact it can have on communities. I'm going to be frank in telling you that it's beyond disturbing to see our elected officials in the immediate wake of this kind of a tragedy telling us that they don't think they can afford to invest in public safety. Coming to the bargaining table, telling our members that there's no money for even a reasonable cost of living adjustment, that there's no money to address our ongoing staffing crisis, where we're, I believe right now, in excess of 1,500 deputies short of full staffing. Our people are exhausted, and the time has come for them to take away from this terrible disaster a message that we truly can't afford to not invest in our public safety. I've been a sheriff's deputy for 35 years. I've worked side by side with the men and women of the sheriff's department and the county's other first responders. There's no questioning their courage. There's no questioning their work ethic. There's no questioning that they deserve better than a zero and to be left to continue to work under these conditions shorthanded, being driven to the brink of exhaustion, having their limits tested and sometimes exceeded. I encourage everybody to watch this video. As Dave said, you'll see some footage that you've never seen before. You'll hear things like deputy sheriffs talking about the tires on their car melting as they're out there breathing in hot ash, burning carcinogens being swirled around in 100-mile-an-hour winds, and there was no thought of going home. The only thought was getting these people to safety. They stayed and they were there. I would encourage you to not only watch the video, but please share it. And just remember, they were there for you. It's time we need you to be there for them. And it's time for our elected officials to wake up and realize this isn't the city of Los Angeles. It's a $48 billion budget. There is no question that they have the money for the things that are important to them. Please tell your elected leaders that the basic safety of your community, the safety of our families and our friends is of paramount importance to you. And we need your support, folks. Thank you for being here. And I'll turn it over to, yes, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Greg Crum. I'm a captain in the Lifeguard Division of the LA County Fire Department, and I also serve as the president of the Los Angeles County Lifeguard Association. We represent nearly 1,000 ocean lifeguards throughout the county of Los Angeles. Most people know what we do for them on sunny days, but this footage, this story, shows a different side of our work. One the public rarely sees. When the fires tore through Malibu, Topanga, and the Pacific Palisades, we weren't just watching from the towers, we were out there on the front lines, evacuating residents, assisting our brothers and sisters in the fire service and the sheriffs, moving people and animals to safety, and protecting homes when we could. Our lifeguards were deployed to support public safety communications for the unified command between all agencies and provide emergency medical assistance, even for some of our firefighters who suffered burns. We watched our own towers, symbols of safety, burn down on the sand. We showed up as even over 30 of our members suffered the total or partial loss of their own homes. We're trained for water rescues, but when the call came for this, we answered without hesitation. Without protective equipment, without fire hoses, we showed up and we did what we could to help save people. Because that's what we do when lives are on the line. This video isn't about heroics. It's about showing what really happened and what we all endured, and how committed we are to serving the people of LA County on every front in every disaster. Most importantly, it's about valuing the dedication and the work of our first responders, from firefighters to sheriffs to lifeguards, as we're a team that protects lives. We'll never forget what we experienced. We showed up for LA in its worst moments, and we need LA to show up for us now. We deserve a fair and transparent bargaining process and our members deserve a seat at the table. Thank you.